Imagine a world where survival wasn't just a challenge, it was nearly impossible. Prey would vanish in an instant, either torn apart by razor-sharp fangs or crushed by sheer brute force. During the Pleistocene epoch, Earth was anything but friendly. Every shadow, every flicker of movement could mean a predator's eyes locking onto you. And let's be clear, survival wasn't about bravery, it was about staying invisible. The apex predators of that time weren't just animals. They were nightmares shaped by evolution, designed to hunt, kill, and dominate. Humans were not at the top of the food chain. We were at the bottom, vulnerable to nearly everything that moved. Now, imagine standing there, the ice age wind cutting into your skin, the darkness pressing in around you, with predators lurking just beyond sight. This was life over 1 million years ago, where every day felt borrowed, and survival was a gamble few would win. The Pleistocene landscape was not for the weak. It was a sprawling battleground where predators and prey clashed in an unending cycle of life and death. Europe, for example, was a vast mosaic of grasslands, dense forests, and icy tundras, each inhabited by creatures far beyond anything seen today. At the top of the food chain were the European cave lions, massive, ferocious beasts far larger than their modern descendants. These lions didn't just hunt, they strategized. They stalked enormous prey like aurochs and mammoths, coordinating their attacks with deadly precision. Imagine a pride working together, driving a panicked mammoth into a trap. One misstep, one wrong move, and even the largest creature became dinner. Then there were the cave hyenas. Forget today's scavenger stereotype. These were elite pack hunters capable of taking down prey as large as a rhinoceros. Their bone-crushing jaws could snap through limbs like twigs, and their teamwork was a symphony of death. If a pack of cave hyenas caught your scent, you didn't run, you perished. But not all predators relied on brute force. The Neanderthal leopard was an apex ambusher, blending seamlessly into its surroundings. Its attack was swift, silent, and almost always fatal. It didn't just kill, it erased its prey before they even knew they were being hunted. Beyond Europe, the Americas were home to an entirely different breed of terror. Take the short-faced bear, for instance, a predator so enormous it could intimidate even dire wolves. It didn't need to hunt. Its sheer size allowed it to steal kills from smaller predators with nothing more than a thunderous roar. Imagine a pack of dire wolves, fresh off a hard-earned kill, only to see a short-faced bear lumbering toward them. They wouldn't fight, they'd flee. And speaking of dire wolves, they weren't just oversized wolves. Their bone-crushing jaws and pack coordination made them lethal cooperative hunters. But they were also opportunists, stealing kills from rivals, or even turning on weaker pack members when food was scarce. This wasn't just survival, this was raw, unfiltered nature at its most brutal. In the icy waters of Sardinia, danger lurked beneath the surface. Giant otters, nearly the size of modern jaguars, were apex aquatic predators. They weren't playful river dwellers.
Dire wolves, they were more than just
hunters,
oversized
ambushing
wolves.
seals
Their
and fish with
bone-crushing jaws and
ferocity that
pack
rivaled
mentality
anything
made them
on
the
land.
ultimate cooperative
In Sardinia's
hunters.
waters,
But they were
there was
also
no
opportunists,
safe haven,
scavenging
only
kills
a
from
hunting
rivals
ground.
or even turning
But it
on
wasn't
weaker
just
pack members
animals
in
that
desperate
posed a threat.
times. This
The
wasn't just
Pleistocene was
survival,
a time
it was
when
brutal,
multiple
raw
human
nature at
species
its core.
coexisted, and the competition wasn't friendly. Neanderthals, for instance, were stronger and more physically adapted to cold climates than Homo sapiens. Their survival skills were unmatched. They could track prey through blizzards, craft weapons from bone, and endure conditions that would kill us in hours. Then there were the Denisovans, a mysterious branch of humanity we are still uncovering. Genetic evidence suggests they thrived in high-altitude environments like the Himalayas, adapted to extreme conditions. Imagine competing with a species that was stronger, hardier, and just as intelligent as you. And it wasn't just competition, it was conflict. Archaeological evidence hints at violent clashes between early humans and other hominins. Fractured skulls, shattered spearheads, each tells a story of a brutal struggle for resources, territory, and survival. We weren't just surviving the predators, we were surviving each other. For much of the Pleistocene, humans weren't hunters, we were hunted. Picture a small tribe huddled around a fire in a cave, hoping its flickering light would keep the predators at bay. Outside, the sounds of the night weren't just eerie, They were terrifying. Polar bears, far larger and more aggressive than today, roamed the tundra in search of seals or anything else that moved. A single encounter with one of these giants could wipe out an entire family. Even the skies weren't safe. The Haast's eagle of New Zealand, with a wingspan over 3 meters, specialized in hunting moa, giant flightless birds. But if a human crossed its path, they weren't spared. Imagine looking up and seeing a shadow descending at 80 kilometers per hour, talons outstretched. You wouldn't even have time to scream. So, how did we go from prey to predator? The answer wasn't in strength or speed, it was in ingenuity. Early humans developed tools, not just for hunting, but for survival. Fire wasn't just warmth, it was a weapon, a deterrent, a beacon of safety. Spears allowed us to strike from a distance, reducing the risk of deadly encounters with predators. But perhaps our greatest weapon was cooperation. Alone, a human had no chance against a lion or a bear. Together, we became a force to be reckoned with. Tribes formed hunting parties, using coordinated attacks to take down massive prey or fend off predators. This wasn't just survival, it was strategy. Over generations, humans began to turn the tables. We became the hunters, not just targeting prey but eliminating the predators that threatened us. Cave paintings from this time don't just depict hunts. They tell stories of triumph, of humans standing victorious over the beasts that once ruled them. But our rise came at a cost. As humans spread across the globe, the predators that had dominated for millennia began to disappear. Climate change played a role, but so did our actions. We didn't just hunt for food, we hunted to eliminate threats. The megafauna that had once defined the Pleistocene began to vanish. Mammoths, giant sloths, saber-toothed cats, all fell victim to a combination of environmental shifts and human expansion. The balance of nature tipped, and the once mighty predators found themselves outmatched, not by strength, but by relentless human adaptability. Today, we look back at the Pleistocene with awe and fascination. The predators of that era were more than just animals. They were legends, creatures that tested the very limits of evolution. And yet, here we are, the last survivors of a world that belonged to them. But let's not forget how close we came to extinction ourselves. We weren't conquerors, we were survivors, clinging to existence in a world that seemed designed to destroy us. The fact that we're here today? It's nothing short of a miracle, a testament to the resilience of a species that had no right to make it this far. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from our planet's untamed past.